I think this is a period where everybody is asking questions about where our industry is going. The conference is very important and it's organized at a perfect timing because the things that we will see from now on are going to be at least interesting, if not to say game-changing. I think I'm very old-fashioned in that way. I like the people in the job and I like the way that people interact with each other. And trying to meet the expectations of people is always a challenge because you never know what they come up with. Their mind changes all the time. So it inspires me to find ways to make people not just happy, but somehow complete. I think we offer a service that is beyond a sellable service. It's, I would say it's religious. Well, the one we started fairly early is we have award-winning spas and wellness centers because a lot of people are trying to take care of themselves more than before. So we incorporated in this spa the food element by creating the elements concept, which is a very premium, all-inclusive, not any different than any five-star serviced hotel. It's a dine-around concept and people can choose to eat the sort of food they really need to feed their soul and body. And this is the major thing that we are focusing right now. People grow in age and they need to take care of themselves more. They need to be 50 and feel like they are 30. So this is what we're trying to work on this period of time. The rest being resort hotels, we also try to be very close to the families. And depending on the product, depending on the hotel, because we have various hotels, we have a focus on families or we have a focus on this elements concept. Seems to be a very well thought change. It works well, the results are good, and I hope we don't have to change our idea soon. The biggest advantage of this country, not just Moscow, is that it's in the middle of two worlds. I've shown in a slide that the growing middle class comes from the Arab and the Eastern world, not from the European world. So Moscow is a bridge of civilizations and it has to be able to strengthen the relationships between the two continents. Actually the three continents if we want to be very fair, but the two continents, and I would focus very much on becoming that bridge, being as European as possible and as East, Middle East. This is a very interesting place in the world and well, if you ask me, the rich cultural part allows them to be also the beacon of civilization, and I don't think anyone should lose that.
I really think that it is important for people to come and learn about what's going on in the industry, and this conference is exactly the type of event that they need to enable them to share. I think there's a lot of fear of what's going on in the industry in terms of digital disruption, and the more that we can have an exchange of experiences between the hoteliers, the better it will be for them. It's a brilliant audience. Everybody is asking very interesting questions, so it shows the interest in the subject, and I think it's exactly that type of forum which we need to do that type of work. Unfortunately today most of them do. They vary. You can start off with very simple things which have got a very low cost, but quickly the price increases. But it's not just the price in terms of money, it's the price in terms of time, because these machines will come in, they will not be pre-configured for the hotel where they're being installed. They will have a basic understanding of the business, but to be something which is tailored to a hotel's needs, then some work will need to be done. There's also the training of the staff to cope with the new technology. So it's human cost and in terms of money. I really think that virtual personal assistants in the room, so instead of having to call or to use a device like searching for something on a television using internet, actually talking to a machine and have an immediate reply to your question is something which will be really in every hotel soon. I also think IoT devices which will allow us to configure the room connected to the voice assistant in terms of temperature. I mean, I was in my room last night and I couldn't manage to get the air conditioning to work properly, so I had to call for assistance. It'd be nicer if I could just say to the assistant, I want the temperature to be at this level, and so it would change automatic. So I think those are really important. But I also think there will be technology in the check-in process, because standing in a queue waiting to talk to a human is not always what you want. If you're a business customer and you come in and you're staying in the same type of hotels and you've been on a long flight, you're tired, you want to just come in, check into your room and sleep, or just ask for some room service maybe. I think we should have some fast-track approach for those type of customers, which will be installed in most hotels. So you can decide to speak to a person if you want to, but also you've got the ability to use the technology.
I was impressed, I have to say, Alexander, because people are actually, they were talking to me with their eyes. I could see how much they are interested. And I think it's this, you need these conferences all the time, because that is showing that it's a software what is missing. Hardware is here, beautiful hotels, but the service part is really missing, and that is actually the focus of this beautiful conference. I said it in my presentation. I mean, Russians are charming and they are presentable, and that is part of our business too. But what they are missing, how they listen to the clients, how they take extra miles, and that is what is still missing. Of course, in some hotels they can do it, others may not. But I think they are moving toward this direction. So it's not about clients coming to stay in your hotel. It's about people wanting to feel emotions, and that is what it's starting. It's moving very well. I fully believe yes. I would say 6-7 years, it was when you go in a 5-star hotel, they will not look at your face. But now, they make an eye contact, they greet you, they treat you so, really, I feel it right away. In the last 5-6 years, they are discovering without service, people come back not because of beautiful decoration, they come back because of the services, the friendliness, punctualities, and that is coming in. I just said, I mean, on a check-in, for example, giving them this welcome letter that is really done specially, it's not going to cost them much really. But when you say 3-star hotel, giving me a welcome letter and introducing people with their names, that could create a wow moment without incurring cost. I would say a phone call at night when people are not arriving right on time, it can be implemented without any problem. Maybe it will be difficult because for the romantic moment, because maybe 3-star, you don't go to a 3-star hotel for romantic moments, but we need to be pragmatic. Which one you could really apply by name on breakfast in a 3-star hotel? Wow, that's a beautiful wow, and it's easier than a bigger hotel, because a smaller hotel, it's much easier to know the people and have the list. So I go to a 3-star and they call me with my name. What a wonderful thing. So these are tiny things can be done without incurring cost, and it could be wow important for 3-star hotel, for 5-star. It's most important for everybody.
Absolutely. It's very interesting for me actually to listen to the other speakers. Really interesting material today. I discovered a lot of things. But also I really enjoyed meeting professionals from all spectrums of the hospitality market in Russia, a market that's significantly growing every year. And it's certainly beneficial for me personally to be here and meet all these people. So thank you for this. Indeed, you never stop to learn. If you think you know everything, you would stop growing. And these events are important because they will bring you all the updates from what's happening in other countries as well, all new innovations, and you can adapt it and customize it to fit within the needs of everybody's establishments. Indeed. We build friendship with guests because we sell service at the end of the day, and service is very personal, very emotional. And people buy from friends, and they like to be treated by friends. The advice that I will give is to think of yourself not as a salesperson, but as somebody who's a lifestyle advisor whose aim is to enhance the lives of these people, really how to make them enjoy their stay more, how to teach them to do that. Also, don't think of yourself as a salesperson who's waiting behind the counter or by your phone, waiting for the customer to come to you, because nowadays the world is moving into proactive selling. So you need to reach out to the customer by contacting them while they're still in their countries, and really not call them only to sell, but to call them to check on them and to give them new ideas on what they need to do and so on. Absolutely. I mean, I get annoyed by salespeople, but I never get annoyed by my friends sending me things on WhatsApp and telling me about him. Indeed. So this is exactly what I said. If you think of yourself as a salesperson and you contact me only to sell me something, I don't want you to contact me. But if every time I see a message from you, there's something there that I would learn, something exciting, something's happening, I will open this message, because the quality of the communication that you offer me is something that other people in sales don't offer. So this is exactly my point. Don't think of yourself as a salesperson. Think of yourself as a friend, as a lifestyle advisor.
Yeah, I think it's a very good event with very interesting high-level keynotes. And I think it's very important for the hotel industry to exchange information on what is happening in their business. And I think what I've heard from other speakers has been very useful for the audience. Yes, sure. In the first place, Airbnb markets itself as a non-hotel company. And we say, careful. It's just an hotel company with a different concept. So look beyond their slogans and look beyond their campaigns. Airbnb is a cheaper offer than hotels, so that is the main advantage that consumers are looking for. And in the second place, it has important tangible advantages over hotels. For instance, for families, Airbnb is normally far more convenient than hotels. So look at the rational reasons for consumers to take Airbnb, and not for the emotional story about utopian offer and sharing economy.
Yes, I mean, it brings a lot of insight for lots of people. It was quite educational today. Just looking at things from a slightly different perspective. I guess more orientated for clients, and looking at, I'm sure, basics, sales, connectivity, the human factors, which I've spoken about. So yes, definitely. Yes, I mean, I think renovation and budgets are a key, but I think, it depends how you approach the projects. I mean, at the end of the day, we try and give value with design to our clients. So the idea is for them to make money, and that's the bottom line. So we're a business in the same way that they're a business, but what we try and do is to give them another level in terms of how they approach. And if they engage with us closely, then I think we can bring our experiences to the client and help them through the treacherous journey of renovation.